Welcome to
Every Day is Macaroni.
I'm Joy Alford Brand.
And I'm Juliette Connell, and we're the hosts of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
This podcast is a look at the lighter side of life, where we talk about our adventures as a modern blended family.
So sit back, relax,
And prepare to have your funny bone tickled. Well, happy Halloween, listeners. Welcome to our 2022 Halloween special. And boy, do we have a treat in store for you. First, if you're new to the podcast, it's based on the recordings we make from the weekly dinners my husband Ron and I have with his sister Juliette and their octogenarian parents, Al and Lita. Now, in this episode, we're talking about a few creepy things, including the room where they stored their ham. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in to Frankenron and the ham closet.
Oh boy. Here we go.
What?
No, nothing.
It's going to work out well.
No, so I was saying, I don't know why, but Halloween to me is like the start of the holiday season. Although it's kind of weird because, you know, Halloween being Halloween, All Hallows Eve. I think my kids, you know, we're always so happy about Halloween and what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? And it's just very communal kind of thing. I think the same thing for Thanksgiving. You know, everyone's coming over, everyone's eating.
Yes, this is the start of the holiday podcast season, starting with a Halloween special. And part of the Halloween special is I'm not camera ready here. So I look...
I was going to say the same thing. I'm like, oh yeah, we're sporting our Halloween costumes right now.
No, you look fine. You look good. I, however, do look a little scraggly.
Well, a little wind blown.
A little wind blown.
Just a little.
Well, that's because not only am I here to podcast, but also I'm doing all the tech part of it too, which I get a little flustered over that.
I come in here, I sit down in the chair, and I just start talking.
You know what? I'm going to take a picture.
That's all I do.
You sit down and start talking. I'm going to take a picture. Let me see if I can do it like this. If I can.
Can you do the selfie? Ooh.
See? So now you can kind of see the setup. I'll put that on Instagram so you all can enjoy it.
Hashtag working girls.
That's right. But I don't feel like this is work to me. This is fun. So I enjoy doing it.
You can enjoy your work.
Well, hopefully you do enjoy your work. Okay, so because here we're coming up on Halloween.
Yep.
It's time for the Halloween specials. Over the course of the year, you know, I have planned some stuff out to talk about, right? And one thing I really wanted to talk about this Halloween was the ham closet.
Oh, the ham closet, yes.
So, you know what I'm talking
Would
about.
that be called like a ham shank? I don't know. What is that? That's like a ham side, a thigh.
You would know more than me.
A thigh and a leg. I don't know. It was big. It was like
It's
the whole
a ham. Okay,
the
so
whole ham hock. No, is it? I don't know I don't know.
You have to explain it. Okay, so if you have ever eaten at a Spanish tapas place, a real like legit Spanish tapas place, they're going to have a leg of cured ham on a board.
Right. It's cured. It's on a board on its side. And then everyone takes this like, it's almost like a specialized knife. It's like a fillet knife, I think is what it is. And they kind of real thin kind of chips of it.
Right. Like really small. Yeah. Chips almost like slices.
And then they put them on a plate and you're eating off the plate. You've got bread or crackers or cheese or whatever. And you're just eating it.
It is the creepiest thing you've ever seen. Listeners, the stand I'm talking about is called a habanera. It's a piece of wood with a clamp sticking up on one end and a short spike on the other to hold the leg of the pig so you can cut slices off without the leg sliding around. That could be a little dangerous. Now, while the foot is secured in the clamp, the shank is stuck onto the spike, keeping it in place, of course, while you cut slices off or store your ham. The knife you use to slice your ham is called a cuchillo habanero, a type of flexible fillet sort of knife designed to cut small, thin slices off the ham. And there you have it, listeners. A fun way to store your ham in your luxury meat closet. Enjoy. If you've never seen it before and you're not used to it, and you walk up to the table and there is a pig's leg stuck on a board, and everyone is woo because it's a delicatessen. It is a real treat.
Oh
and
my God.
I will say that I like ham. I enjoy, the porks. I do. And it is delicious.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It's yummy. It's like prosciutto.
Right. It's
Prosciutto.
Serrano ham is what it is in Spain, and then you've got prosciutto in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one too, like pata negra is a big,
that's
really
like
expensive.
a really big delicatessen there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, prosciutto is delicious. I love prosciutto. It's yummy. And you have other things like, I don't know, on the ham spectrum there. Like, what are the little...
this is the hamology. Like, what is this?
This particular one, it's kind of like, and I do have a funny story about this. My sister, I can't remember, she'd gone out somewhere, out to dinner with somebody, and they had ordered off the menu trout almondine, okay? And so when the server brought the trout almondine to the table, it was a whole trout. Mm-hmm. And it had...
Its eyes and lips.
Right. So it had the head on it and everything, right? So fast forward a little while, and she married a guy who worked in a company, and they would have a holiday party out at a restaurant, and you could order off the menu. And one of the things off the menu was swordfish almondine, right? And so they come around the table, and they're getting ready to take the orders. And my sister's telling everybody, oh my God, swordfish almondine, don't get that. That means it comes with the head on. And a swordfish is like...
With that big, huge, long spear. Be careful with that. You might cut yourself. You're going to impale yourself while you're eating your swordfish almondine.
And I know
Does it come with or without the sword? Part of the fish.
If it comes with the sword, that's extra. And your own little first aid kit, because you can hurt yourself hacking into that thing. But I know she listens to the podcast too, so she'll appreciate that story. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I think it's funny. So, I can't remember why I'm talking about this.
So, the hanging ham.
Oh, the hanging ham. That's right. So, you got the fish that comes to the table. It's got the head on. And then you have not just the hanging ham, but you have to have the backstory. You have that piece of wood with the stand on it, and that is the typical way you present that leg of ham, right? Not leg of lamb, leg of ham.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And you know what? What I don't know is the differences in size. And this could be because my memory of this whole thing was when I was a little kid. So what could have been like, I don't know, 15-inch leg of a pig, which is what you see at a lot of Italian markets too and all that. In my mind,
What?
this thing was a lot bigger.
I don't go to an Italian market and see what?
Really? You go to an Italian market, you're going to see hanging cod. You're going to see pepperoni hanging there. You're going to see salamis of all kinds. You're going to see
legs of
ham hanging there too. But they're only 15 inches long or so. 15, maybe 20 inches. I don't know. I've never purchased one, so I'm not 100% sure.
Why
Plus,
not?
now we're living in North Carolina, and it's not like those are all readily available. But going back to what my parents had. So my parents had this small house and under construction, like a lot of people have it, like, oh yeah, we left that one room and we're going to do it ourselves so that it doesn't cost us so much. That's going to be our bathroom. And,
okay, so they had, let's back up a little bit. All right. They bought this house and it was a summer house originally out in New Jersey.
Originally.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And they bought it. And they worked for a long time to renovate it.
Right. It was like 5 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we moved in.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they had their master bedroom, and it had a room of some kind right behind it. Right?
Not originally, but yeah. And then eventually, when they had the money, they would put in, a toilet and a sink and finish it off. But the plumbing was already there. It's already whatever they call that,
roughed in.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. That room is there. It's got a window in it. Nothing else in it. And that's the way it stayed for a while. And I don't know what occurred, but my dad thought, well, we're really not using that room. So while we're waiting for this new bathroom eventually to present itself, we are going to use it. And I'm going to go to the local market, whatever it was, I don't know where. And he bought himself a ham. Now, in my mind's eye, it was like...
He made his own ham closet.
I know. In my mind's eye, it was like, I don't know, the size of my own leg. It was,
well, you were
big.
Probably pretty young at the time.
Yeah. We moved in there in like 1980. So, yeah, who knows? I was in 6th grade, 7th grade, something like that. But he put a hook in the middle of the room and on the ceiling, put a hook, a really big sturdy one. And then this ham leg was hanging there on a rope. And he would, and it was drying in there. I'm not quite sure what it takes to dry one of those, but anyway.
And he'd cured it somehow, right?
Yeah, he cured it, and eventually, he'd go in there with a plate and a knife, and he'd start slicing off of it, and then come back
this
out.
This is just
and
Hannibal Lecter all over it. Hannibal Lecter
and
all
now,
over
as
here.
I'm saying it, I'm thinking, God, that sounds so bad. But yeah, the Barber of Seville.
No.
That's what it sounds like to me. You're like, let me get my knife and go into a dark room, slice off some meat, put it on a plate, and then manja.
But at that time, your dad was making a lot of stuff. He was making his own wine,
right.
And they were making sausages and that kind of thing, right? Didn't he have sausages hanging in the...
He had everything in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it ended up becoming like some sort of pantry of curing, drying, whatever. And the wine, actually, he made, we had a detached garage.
Oh, that's right.
We
talk about that a little too.
Yeah. He made his wine in there. He had like an old fashioned press that was cast iron legs and then the wood and slats and whatnot. I could see my brother, stomping on grapes with his little feet. Right. But no, he didn't do that. Like I Love Lucy, coming in there.
Stomping on the grapes. So we actually have a clip of Monday Night Family Dinner where we're talking about the ham closet. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Now, did you show her the room where you smoked the ham?
When I smoke
what?
Or you cured hams or something like that?
No, they never did smoke them. Yeah. Dad bought the leg of the pig. Remember when you bought the leg of the pig?
But that was in California.
No. In this house. In Denville, before you made the
lots of confusion.
The bathroom. Before you made the bathroom, do you remember you'd walk in and here was the washer dryer, and then you would make the left and you'd go into your bedroom, and then you had the little tiny room. Right? It was kind of like a closet. You ended up making that a bathroom.
You remember that?
No, we make it, they had a door to the patio and a door to inside.
No. Behind that.
In your bedroom. You had
Behind
a bathroom,
that.
right?
Not in the bathroom.
Okay, look.
I mean, in the bedroom.
Maybe they didn't make it did they make it a bathroom? Maybe they made it a closet.
The bathroom was his room.
No, we know
and
that
then
one.
the bathroom.
No, they're talking
so
about
when
the second
you
bathroom.
went from the kitchen and you were going to go to your bedroom.
In your bedroom.
Don't
You remember
down.
sitting in your bedroom.
No.
You were sitting in your bed. Picture that, right?
Yeah.
You wake up. You're staring at a wall, right?
Yeah.
And to the left, there's a door.
Yeah, you always had a door
Correct?
there.
It's very Twilight
And to the
Zone.
right, there's a door. The one to the right goes into where the laundry
washer-dryer
room was and the sliding glass
in
door.
the bathroom.
But the other one, you guys had left plumbed for a bathroom. But you had bought a big leg of a ham.
Yeah.
And
Just
then,
a ham. There were sausages and all kinds of stuff like
Well,
that.
I don't remember that. And you hung it
Remember?
on a string in that.
The gears
in that
are turning.
Tiny
Right.
little closet room back there.
I don't remember that.
Of course
You
not.
remember the pig you bought?
What?
Okay,
No.
wait. How traumatic is this for a little kid, right? that you are walking around your house doing whatever, and you open a door and there's a big meat closet behind your parents' bedroom.
I don't know that I'd say traumatic.
It would have been traumatic for me. I would have been like, I'm sorry. This is terrifying. Is that like a long lost relative hanging there, or what's happening here?
No. Before he did it, it's not like all of a sudden it was a secret. And then poof, we went in there and was like, oh my gosh, she's been making, sausages all this time. No, because we were always in and out of those markets. In Patterson, they always had those Italian markets and all these cured meats and whatnot. So we were all really familiar with it. And the fact that we saw them in there, because we saw him making the sausages. I mean, he even had like this really old pewter. Well, it couldn't have been pewter.
You never want to know what goes in the sausage.
Yeah, I know.
You never do.
Cast iron. We were missing a lot of cats. And the dogs all went to a farm. But anyway. But no, I mean, so for us, it wasn't like all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, there's a sausage there. Where'd it come from? He remembers. It's just you have to jog his memory, because I know that he knows that there's like 2 bedrooms in the house, but we haven't gotten there yet. Like I think we're missing the mark.
I don't think he remembers everything.
Right, but I think he ends up remembering.
I don't know.
Once we start talking about it, I think he starts remembering.
Let's see.
Because my mom will.
Let's see what else Ron has to say about this, though, because I think it was to a certain extent traumatic for Ron, but he was also morbidly curious about it. Okay. Which is why this episode is being called Frankenron.
Oh, God.
I never bought a leg of pig in there. In California, yes.
I mean, I would have done it,
we
just not
remember the
there.
same thing.
The pig head, you had
No,
it in
I don't remember a pig head.
Yeah, the pig head was in a glass bowl, remember? And you had the pig with the meat, and you even had the organs, and you let me take the kidney.
I know. I'm like,
my
what?
science teacher.
Frankenron.
So
And I
they can-
don't remember.
No, I don't remember nothing.
I wrapped it up in a paper towel and I brought it to the teacher. And
Lies.
the science teacher in middle school was, with his eyes
He insists.
like
He
this.
insists.
He's like, oh my God, this kid's gonna be a serial killer.
And I said, hey, look, I got this. We can dissect it. And
Do
he
you wet your bed and set things on
And
fire?
he threw it away. But that was all part of the pig that you bought. And you had the pig. You open up the refrigerator, and there's a big glass bowl packed with a lot of salt. You had a dish towel over it. And on the outside of the glass, like this, you can see the pig looking at you.
I don't know where
I
he
don't
came up with
remember
this.
that.
I don't remember that, but I do remember you did have this closet. So you had a regular closet. And
So,
I don't remember any of that.
did you get that, listener? Here's what's going on. Al got himself a whole pig, apparently. Ron insists that this is true.
Oh, yeah.
He insists.
Yeah.
He got himself a whole pig because he is of the old world mindset, right? We've talked about this a lot on the podcast. I'm going to make my own sausages and I'm going to waste not, want not, that kind of thing.
Farm to table.
That's farm to table. Yes. New Jersey did in fact have farms. One of them was in your house in Denville. So I'm going to make my own wine. I'm going to make my own whatever, right? So he goes and gets himself a whole pig, right?
Which I don't remember the whole pig thing.
And it couldn't have been a very big pig.
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm getting from all this.
I'm finding that I'm blocking a lot of stuff.
Why? This stuff is pure gold, man.
Toilet in the garage.
Oh, we haven't even got there
Don't
yet.
remember that. This pig in a jar. I don't remember that either. I think I'm
Not a jar.
self-preservation.
Not
I'm
a jar. Your father
forgetting.
was far more sophisticated than that. The pig was in a glass bowl. My dad and the Badgers, they're the ones who would be using the jar. So here's what I'm getting from all this, right? Your dad got a little pig, right?
Right.
Deciding he's going to make his own stuff, sausage and stuff like that, right? And so he gets the pig and he either butchers it himself. He's not afraid to cut a cat. So why not a pig, right? What's the difference? Right? So, sorry. That was bad. So he gets the pig and he cuts it up. And part of it, this is so bad, because, I am a big fan of the true crime genre
Oh,
kind
I
of
thought
thing.
you were going to say pork products.
No, I like how people tick and stuff like that. And to me, this is like the serial pork killer, kind of, right? He's got the refrigerator with a bowl with a head in it, right?
Well, he did say he'd already done this in California once.
Right.
So now he's
Exactly.
wanted in New Jersey, too.
New Jersey.
Do you have to have more than 2 to be considered cereal? Or is 2 the cereal?
Really, I think all he wanted to do was eat the cereal. That's all. Because this kind of stuff takes a lot of work. And if nobody else is into it, you're the only person in the house that's like, okay, well, I'm going to hang that leg of pork from my...
Right.
Eventually, he's going to abandon it because it's too much work, right?
Right.
But what I'm getting from this is your dad, he gets the pig and he butchers it up. He puts parts of it in the refrigerator.
The primordial soup, I think is what they call that.
Well, they call it offal, O-F-F-A-L, but we're calling it awful, A-W-F-U-L. So he's got that stuff in the refrigerator, and then he makes the sausage out of whatever he's making the sausage out of, and then the legs he's hanging in the ham closet to cure, right? But I thought he smoked them as well, right?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think I blocked most of this out. All I remember, it was like a ham
Surprise.
thigh
Oh.
hanging in that room from the middle of the ceiling, like on a rope from the middle of the ceiling. And I do remember that he had, wooden slats too, or whatever, hanging all of the sausages or whatever.
What about like bugs?
No
bugs?
No. I guess I'm not an expert at this, but the heavy salting and the curing and however that happens, I don't know. He might have had a dehumidifier in there too or something. I don't know.
All right. So there's more to the story. And before we get back into the recording, though, I think it's funny that Ron took part of that pig to school. And
I know.
said, let's
Again, I don't
dissect it.
remember that either.
Well,
and we went to the same school.
Of course you did. And how embarrassing would it be that your little brother's dragging in bloody parts and like, oh, yes, let's dissect them. I'd
here's
be
a
like, I don't
bowl.
know that kid, you know?
Here, science teacher.
All the other kids are like,
work
what?
on this. I know.
Moussaka.
And I'm thinking too, because it wasn't in the city, where there was a lot of this.
Thank God, because that would be even more weird.
Well, no,
No farms around there.
culturally, you had Little Italy, you had Chinatown, you had all this. So in the city, you'd be much more used to your parents bringing stuff directly from the butcher or from whatever. Whereas in Denville was a half hour, if not more, from the city where we lived. Now you're in the suburbs.
Still
and
weird.
Him bringing that in, I'm sure everyone was just like, what? And it was kind of like a My Big Fat Greek Wedding kind of.
Now, I am fully aware that we are talking about the man I married. Mm-hmm. And as a kid, I was pretty weird myself. I never dragged a kidney into school to ask, hey, let's just for the fun of it, cut this apart. Yeah, this random kidney,
Hey, I've got a head and an eyeball. Who wants to dissect?
A head in the jar. Okay, but there's more to the story.
I remember in there where you say it was a window
Yes.
Yes, there was
where
a
we
window.
put the air conditioner on it.
Yes, but
That was the door for the closet.
yes,
The ham
exactly,
closet.
but that, whatever
You had-
it was,
You had two
right?
closets.
Yes,
So
that
picture.
closet and this closet.
One for shoes, one for ham.
No. Picture.
But Dad, we remember hanging stuff in there before it was a closet with clothes because it was empty for a while.
What kind of stuff was
Because
he
you were
hanging?
going to make it into a bathroom. Because I
Yeah,
do remember there was
finally we made it into
into a bathroom.
Correct.
Yes, but before that, is that not where you stored your ham?
Like Dad bought stuff at the
He bought
Italian.
hams at the Italian place.
No,
Ham
no.
in
That
Chorizo with the
you
white
are
string,
mistaken.
And it's all strung together.
Where I gonna buy a ham?
At the Italian
At the
place.
ham store.
At the Italian
No.
place.
You
What
bought you bought the sausage, and the sausage came.
I remember
No.
going to an Italian.
The
Italian
sausage
market,
maybe we
and
did.
Everything was
Pero
Remember
the
that
ham and the head and all that, where I gonna get that? They don't have them in the
It fell off the
pictures.
truck.
And he had salamis
God,
hanging from the
everyone's-
ceiling.
Do you not remember?
Where am I going to get a ham?
Italian market.
Ron at this point is like,
People, do
stop.
you not remember how you had the meat grinder and you made your own sausages? Right?
Sausages, yes.
And you
Yeah, it
hung.
can
Where
be.
did
No,
you
I
hang
don't
it to
remember.
dry?
Yeah,
Where did you hang it to dry?
maybe in there. I don't know.
Okay,
I
that's
can't
what we're saying.
remember
They were
that.
hanging in there, and there was also
You
a thing
hung
of,
them up.
You know,
In that closet, before it became a closet, it was just an empty room.
Right.
It had one little window in there,
That's
and you
right.
hung the sausage up there like Christmas lights.
but you did have a piece
And-
of ham.
You had a big piece of ham
You know, like the
hanging,
ham that like Eula had,
Like
had
this.
that they slice at the
Right.
table and
hanging
Yeah.
from the ceiling,
Like jamón ibérico.
There you go, baby.
and
It
you
was
could
something
smell
like
it
that, but you-
because it was all smoked meat.
And you dreamed every night of sandwiches.
No.
And
And every
hams.
night,
And
one
how
time,
how are you going to smoke it?
No, he didn't. Dad didn't smoke it. He bought it already made. He didn't smoke it,
one
but
time,
you did hang it in.
Mom yelled in the morning.
Oh, but it was already
Yeah.
made.
It was already.
Oh,
made.
yeah, it could be. Probably we bought
Finally.
it in New York.
You did.
Right.
You bought it at
Oh
the
my God.
Italian market.
And the
Or
phone,
whatever.
had.
the phone is going in the
And
background.
I remember one thing that I do remember is chorizos hanging
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
kitchen. Yeah, that too.
You had meat all over the
Oh,
Oh,
place.
yeah, everywhere. In the kitchen.
The kitchen was narrow.
In the closet.
narrow kitchen,
Rice in the
yeah.
closet, meat,
Delicate,
meat
yeah.
hanging all over.
And so we made 2 shelves. And
Under
we
your bed.
put mugs and things like that.
I mean, you
But
never know
then
when you need a
at
paella right away.
In a distance like that, more or less. we
Just a
put little
sausage to
hooks.
gnaw on, you
So
know.
to put the
midnight
chorizos
snack.
hanging in there. So whenever we, yeah. Because
And you guys
there
made-
was not a lot of room
You
to
made
do
the
much.
chorizo too, because I remember you got the intestines, and you made them, and you got the string and tied them up. and
Well,
you
that
made-
could be.
Yeah, that could be.
And
Yeah,
because
that
you
he
made
did, because
them
I do remember
at
that.
home,
I don't remember the head
You
thing.
had to dry them and
Yeah,
cure them,
right.
and you hung all of that in that closet before it became
Probably.
a bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
And then eventually you
yeah,
made
yeah.
a
You made
bathroom.
wine.
You
in
made your
the-
own
in the
wine.
And I
garage.
make wine, yes.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
in the garage.
Yeah.
In the garage.
Okay. They finally agreed. Okay, yeah. We had the ham and the sausages and whatnot, right? They finally agreed with that. But they're still kind of iffy about whether or not there was actually ham in the closet.
No, at the end, he's like, oh, yeah. No. I did buy an already smoked ham from
Oh.
the thing. But what Ron is implying is that he bought a freshly
Right. That's my
whatever
understanding. He-
prepared,
No.
big pig.
right.
And
he
then, you know,
hacked parts of it.
right, which I don't
He
remember
hacked
that.
parts off and dried it somewhere.
Right. No,
No.
that I don't remember. No, I do remember.
Is that
the
because
already,
you don't want to remember?
I don't know. It's back in the recesses of my mind.
I see.
You know, but no, I don't remember that. I do remember them making their own sausage.
Okay.
Other than that, not the rest of that stuff.
But we can all agree that they had a closet full of meat, basically, right next to their bedroom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's listen to the rest of the recording.
But you didn't smoke your own meat?
No.
No.
No. I never smoke nothing.
Did you
No.
dream about meat at night?
You said one night she screamed in the middle of the night, and he was gnawing on her arm.
Because you know that had to
Thinking it was
smell.
a piece of ham.
Well, and you know, if you have a meat closet right in your room, what a convenient place to have a midnight snack.
Yeah.
In the meat closet.
You remember though? He bought parts of a pig.
No, don't remember
I
that.
remember. Bought parts of the pig with all of this to make the sausages and whatever. And there was a big glass
Frankenron.
bowl, right? Like this, in the refrigerator, because you have to refrigerate it.
Yeah.
And it was
The
part
two
of
of them
the
like,
curing
uh-huh,
process is you put a lot of salt on the meat to cure it and dry it up, right?
Right.
And it was a pig. And you even had pig,
Costillas.
Yes.
well, yeah, you had that, but you had kidneys and
It sounds like he's trying to
remember.
convince them that
The
this is what
organs.
happened.
I don't remember that.
And I took to school one day one of the kidneys of the pig to the teacher, so the teacher
Oh my God.
can
this.
Now you see
this
why we
item.
were almost kicked out of Our Lady of Lourdes.
It wasn't Our Lady of Lourdes.
No.
It was after Our Lady
Yeah.
of Lourdes.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think it was like the 6th grade or 7th grade, something.
Oh
like that.
boy.
First or seventh grade, they were in
And the
value.
teacher.
This is like the
teacher
Barber of
wouldn't
Seville has
dissect
children.
It was the science teacher. He's like,
I'm sure the teacher thought about calling the cops.
She didn't know where the kidney came from. It could have been from a person.
he knew
right?
better. If he said anything, it might be his kidneys next. Yeah. And I remember
boy.
that pig, or part of the
remember.
pig, sat in the refrigerator for a good long time because you had to let it cure
This makes my
with
face
the
hurt.
salt, and it sat there. And like I was telling them, the side of the bowl was glass. You could see
They're still going.
the snap
What?
and everything.
And I don't
I
know.
don't
See, if we had,
remember that.
I don't remember that.
if we had iPhones back then, I'd be taking pictures of all
Oh
of this.
yeah.
If only I had an iPhone.
What are we gonna do? Do with the hair of the pig?
No.
I think you said, you see what happened to the pig? You guys get out of line.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. You,
And then you started wetting the bed and setting things on fire.
you were using it for parts.
Oh, so you're Frankenron, is that what you're saying?
Those aren't really his ears.
But you see my little tail.
No comment.
My God. For parts. What parts? My dad's like, what am I going to do with a cured pig head? and parts. He's like, I don't know. For parts. What parts?
So good. It was so good.
Oh my goodness.
It was so good.
Puts that whole movie Frankenweenie to shame, doesn't it? Oh boy. If only Stephen King could come and meet my parents. Maybe he's out there. Maybe he's our one listener. Oh, that sounds so good.
Stephen King, come and see our Frankenweenie.
That did not sound good.
I'm sorry.
What's the guy that wrote Nightmare Before Christmas?
I don't know.
Tim
Burton was the
Burton. That's it. That would be the other one. He could make a cartoon out of this, I think. That would be enjoyable.
I don't know.
I think it'd be too scary if it were like real.
Well, it was real.
Well, yeah, it was my real.
Ron insists. Yeah, it was your real. Ron insists there was legit a glass bowl in the refrigerator with the head of a pig in it.
Ron really had vivid dreams. I think that's what it was.
No, I have to
I'm
say,
like, he brought it to school. Ron was really quiet when he was a kid. Really quiet. I can't even
maybe
imagine.
I should go down and look in the shed at the back. Maybe he's got,
I can't even
neighborhood
imagine
dogs and cats down
him
there. I don't know.
bringing that kind of stuff to school. And we were walkers, so I would have seen it. I don't remember seeing any of that.
His book bag would have been a little damp
I know.
and gross.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Your mother. Oh my God. And luckily that wasn't the Catholic school though, because could you imagine? Be like exorcist.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, someone was.
We need an old priest and a young priest. This kid needs some help.
I know. Excuse me, my son. Oh, that would not be good.
Oh, my little Frankenron. Oh. Now,
Yeah, Father Donald, Sister Jean. Shout out. Yeah.
shout out from Frankenron.
That's not good.
Using it for parts. Oh, man. That was so good. That was great. I've been waiting for months to use that. I really have. Happy Halloween, listeners. You're welcome.
Happy Halloween.
Go check your refrigerator, see what's in it. And go check your parents' refrigerators and see what's in it.
Or their closets.
Does your house come with a meat closet? Because that's luxury right there.
That's
your
right.
own meat closet.
We were living the life. Living high on the hog, so to speak. So, oh boy. I think we're I think we're like plunging right now. We're just going all these bad dad jokes.
Oh, man. It's so good. Listener, I know you'll be going to sleep tonight and dreaming of Al slicing meat and curing sausages in your closet or under your bed, right? What a crazy Halloween story to discuss. On the one hand, talk about being self-sufficient. Making your own wine and charcuterie, woohoo! Party at Al and Lita's. However, on the other hand, there is something a little bit spooky about disposing of bodies in your meat room and sausage grinder, even if they are just little piggies. There's nothing like a pig head in a bowl to get your mad scientist creative juices flowing, though, am I right? That poor science teacher. Can you imagine a kid bringing a fresh kidney into school for the class to dissect? That had to be a super fun day for everyone. Back in the awful bowl for you, my friend. And on that note, we want to wish you a very fun, safe, and happy Halloween from our family at Everyday Macaroni to yours. This has been a public service announcement from the American Hamology Institute reminding you that if you're happy and you know it, clamp your ham. I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing a laugh or two with us. Stay tuned for more Everyday Macaroni adventures on future podcast episodes. And if you want to see some pictures of us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching @EverydayMacaroni or #EverydayMacaroni. And now you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search Everyday Macaroni and our new channel will pop up. If you want to shop for some fun macaroni merch, head over to everydaymacaroni.com. Don't forget, if you have a blended family story to share, email us at info@everydaymacaroni.com and put the word share in the subject line. You can also call us on our Macaroni Fun Phone at 919-729-2043. Your story might end up on a future episode, and how fun would that be? Super fun. Finally, don't forget to give us a good review and download your favorite episodes. A share would be nice too. The more interaction we get for the podcast, the more episodes we can post. Again, thanks for listening, and join us for the next episode of
Every day is